Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hollywood After Dark, episode number 61. Tonight, of course, is the 27th of August, 2021. Today, we're going to be talking about Captain Boomerang, a racist, the new Mandalorian video game, real, fake, you decide. And, of course, laughing at Weebs who are upset that this version of Faye Valentine doesn't exist in real life. All that and more here tonight on Hollywood After Dark. Let's freaking go. Okay, so after a bit of a rocky start, we live. We good. That was bad. That was my bad.
Not
on
one,
that one there.
Not two, but 3 takes. I believe that's the first for this.
Yeah, no, you know what happened was I forgot to bring myself into the room. I forgot to activate my own profile. So at first I saw that it was muted. I'm like, why is it muted? It shouldn't be muted. I'm in it. And then I saw, oh wait, I'm not even in it. Son of a bitch. So I was talking to myself for a while, and then I realized it. I'm like, it's Friday. I feel like boomer technology time is fine. Boomer technology. Anyway, hi everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you very much for your patience. I really appreciate it. Before we deep dive into everything, I do quickly want to point out a couple of the shilling things we have to do here. So I'd like to give a shout out to the channel members. You guys are fantastic. There are a couple here I still need to add to the list. I wasn't able to get to that today. But don't worry, Real, Elmo Cinema, and Geekicidal Tendencies. I see you. I know you. I love you. Thank you for being here. If you guys want to get in on the channel member list very soon to get in on the action below, of course, you guys can always join the Patreon. I'm going to be updating it with the Patreon list of people as well, just to kind of spread the love around a little bit. I'll do that over the course of the weekend. And of course, that's patreon.com/Matt Jarbo. And the reason why that's important this week is because 4K duck titties. And since tonight we are going to be talking a bit about titties, obviously I got to show this. If you guys become a channel member, a patron, or donate to the channel via super chats or any other fashion, you guys can enter in the contest to win Howard the Duck 4K. Great movie. Great time, great thing. And Miss Minutes here says, do it or get ganked, bitch. Anyway, I appreciate that, you guys. And then also the real quick thing I want to point out today is apparently it has been a year since Chadwick Boseman has passed away. And
damn, rest in peace. I remember it like it was just, that really hit me hard. Like I feel like a really recent thing to me. So
yeah, it really does. I just caught this today. I didn't realize it had been a year. Totally crazy, especially after just watching him on the What If just last week.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of like sometimes it's hard to register people's deaths right away, and everything. I know they're shooting Black Panther Wakanda Forever right now, and that's got to be a hell of a time on set. That's got to be just like every moment of every day.
It's got to be really emotional.
Yeah, you're just reminded that he's not there. So that, of course, is just something I saw, and I just wanted to kind of touch upon that. Another thing is, for those of you who like when I do patio commentary, I just finished up the new one today on Super Mario Brothers. I'm testing a new thumbnail design, and so that is recorded, and that, you know what, I might end the show by just playing that for you guys for fun. Who knows? We'll see what happens with it. But anyway, how you doing, Annie? How you doing? Doing good?
It's been a good week. I've been doing a stream every single day this past week since been doing a little bit of a celebration for my subscribers for getting me a new computer. It's been a fun time.
Oh, good, man. Yeah, subscribers that support creators are fantastic, and I know a lot of people do that, and I know a lot of people out there really really appreciate it. I know I really appreciate it.
You got plenty of fine folks in the chat who do support you like that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like very, very, very thankful for all of them. I never want to take anyone for granted. Obviously, it's always kind of hard to juggle it, so I like to try to give back where I can. And obviously, it's always fun to chit chat with everybody. I enjoy doing this quite a bit. But we did get our first super chat of the night. H Bards with $2 says, recast T'Challa. Don't let his legacy die. I actually agree with you on that one.
I've seen a lot of people with that perspective. So it's an interesting perspective to have, honestly. I'm not sure I agree with it. I'm not sure I disagree either. I don't know. It's a really difficult. I don't think anyone pretends to know that it's an easy fucking question to answer. Like if there should be a recasting or not. But I think it'd be I don't know. It's just either no matter what's going to happen, it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of upset people. And in that case, I actually understand why, because like I said, it's not so simple and clear cut what to do here.
Well, and I get that. I agree with you. I think I'm of the mindset of HWADs here. I do feel that recasting would be the best course of action. I feel that, the legacy of the character absolutely supersedes the actor playing the mantle. But I also understand that this was a very sudden and shocking death that a lot of people didn't see coming a year ago. It took everyone by surprise. I know it took me by surprise. And a lot of people don't want to see it recast, and Marvel is trying to do the right thing here. But I get it. I feel like, for maybe this Black Panther Wakanda Forever, there shouldn't be another T'Challa. But you know what? Multiverse is now a thing. So I could understand that being a route that they want to go. So HWAD's here says cast John David Washington. You know what? I would like to see him in something a bit more like John Stewart, Green Lantern. I think would be good for him. That's kind of my take on that. I like John David Washington, but I feel like he's kind of got that like more militaristic, stoic presence, and not as like loose and fluid as T'Challa played by Chadwick. It's a weird thing. But you know what, but maybe I wouldn't mind seeing him in the role. Definitely not John Boyega. I don't think John Boyega could knock it out of the park, to be honest with you. But, so we'll have to wait and see what they do. Command unit here with $6 or 6 shekels. Thank you. Do you want a long or short dose today of 40K? Probably, if if probably shorter the better, to be honest with you. Last night it's 8 minutes was a little bit on the long side, so there's that. All right, let's see. Carlos here says, but Charpo Wayne T. Carr is Jon Stewart. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
We're not getting into that right now, Carlos. We're not getting into that right now, but yeah, definitely. Jagger here says Trevante Rhodes, who also was playing Jon Stewart, I believe. I believe that one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Black Ops here says they might do a multiverse route. I completely agree. HBarts here is saying another $2 super chat says bring Killmonger back and redeem him. I know a lot of people want Michael B. Jordan to come back.
People want Michael.
A lot of people, yeah.
And I understand why, because he was great in that movie. If they didn't have a great leading actor, if they didn't have a great leading actor, he could have easily overshadowed, as the villain. But no, I think it was a really good mix. They had a great hero and a great villain. When they came to the actor choices. So
oh no, they absolutely did. I think probably the thing is though is I do think DC realizes that this has been something fans have been asking for the last year. I do think that they were courting him for Black Superman for a while, and I think they really kind of turned up the pressure when the conversations started kind of turning back around on, hey, why not just bring back Killmonger, give Killmonger a redemption arc, because everyone liked him, and have him be the new Black Panther. And I think if they would have cast him as Black Panther, people would have been happy with that. I really do. I think people would have been happy with it. Oh, great. It's someone who knew Michael B. Jordan, or who knew Chadwick Boseman. It's someone who was friends with him. It's someone who worked with him. It's someone who could carry on the legacy. It's not really introducing a new actor. It's having another character take up the mantle. One who is trying to, seek redemption and do the right thing. I could see people really getting behind that. And I don't know, maybe they will. Maybe they will, because I don't know if this Black Superman movie is going to go anywhere, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh, man, I don't I thought there were 2 Black Superman projects going on right now. Are you talking about
yeah, so there are. There are 2, yeah. So you've got the Ta-Nehisi Coates writing and J.J. Abrams producing. That apparently is Black Clark Kent. Black Clark Kent in the 1960s or something.
Okay, I think that's a really weird choice, but I'm interested in the other one. Is that the one that you think?
That's the one with Val Zod or Calvin Harris or Calvin Ellis.
That's the one you won't think will go anywhere?
No. That one I do. That's the one with Michael B. Jordan supposedly like attached. The other one I don't see it going anywhere because nobody out there wants it. Like there was even a large pushback from African American content creators that were just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
People want Val Zod. They don't want just like a race change.
Yeah, they don't want a race bent Clark Kent. That comes across as very demeaning.
The work's already done there for them. Like I don't understand why they just adapt.
Because this is Warner Brothers, and they're trying to like capitalize on what they have and what they're trying to capitalize on the name brand of Superman.
But I think it's like he's still Superman though. It's an easy W to do the Val Zod thing. It's really an easy W because like it's about the brand name of Superman. It's not about the brand name of Clark Kent, right?
Well, it's.
Right? No,
well, I mean, no, I get it. Yeah, we'll have to wait. I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb to sit there and like. I personally think it's like, look, bring in a new character. All right, like
I agree. Yeah.
You know, bring a new character and do it like that, and go from there. You know, because
are you wait? Are you like opposed to like a new character calling himself Superman or like?
No, I mean like a new like Val Zod, right? Calvin
okay,
Ellis,
yeah, like a new interpretation.
Yeah, new interpretation. That's fine.
Yeah, cool.
That's a totally different multiverse. That's a whole different thing. I'm not even a big multiverse fan, but that's a whole different angle, and you can make it work. And you know, rather than like we're going to be exercising the multiverse, and what if ... Superman was black and born in the 1940s and was a young man in the 1960s. I'm just saying, like, if they pull it off, like, because I made a joke on Twitter yesterday. What if DC decided to have their own what if episodes, you know, never mind they have their Elseworld shit, but it's like the idea. And I was like, oh, right. Cause they can't maintain a property for longer than 2 movies before dramatically and drastically trying to cause upheaval and change it.
You know what? Like, no, that DC's already doing that. They're just like, fuck it. Everything's an Elseworld story now.
Well, and that's a really dumb idea, in my opinion. That's a fantastically terrible and stupid idea. But hey,
that's how it was
Warner's,
for the longest time, man.
And yeah, I don't have any faith in Warner Brothers at this point.
I know, neither do I. But like, I don't think the idea from the position that they're in right now to do like I said, a focus on mostly solo stuff is that bad of an idea. It's probably the best thing in their position right now.
All I'm saying is the best kind of solo stuff is what you see in porn, and they should just leave it like that. Where they do better.
I'm never gonna change your mind in cinematic universes. So.
You're never gonna change it, no. But the thing is, I want cinematic universes. I like cinematic universes, but with the whole point is that you have to create the consistency of the world. You have to create the believability of the environment. If an actor believes a position, like, you know, the environment that they're in, if they believe the world that's been kind of crafted around them, it will be much easier for the audience to get involved in that. In this case, what I mean by that is if the creatives pulled their head out of their collective anus and they actually sat down and they backed up their own mistakes, if they learned from their own mistakes, but they didn't go back, you know what I mean? If they didn't start traveling backwards at the first sign of problems, maybe people would have more respect for them. The more we get further into the DC world post Zack Snyder, and I'm like, it's not that I don't care. I'm going to watch everything because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I just don't really find myself like getting as invested. I don't care about the lore. I don't really care about like production updates. I know that there was the cinematographer for The Flash today was like, you know, it's a real movie or whatever, right? Like, and it's like, fine, whatever, dude. Like, that might be problematic and for some people to hear, I guess. I don't know. But it's just kind of like, I don't care. Well, but if it was coming out of Marvel, I'd probably care a lot more because I actually care about Marvel on that front.
Here's what I have a question regarding, like, when it comes to the difference between movies and television, isn't the big advantage, or at least the thing that's supposed to define the difference between movies and TV, basically that like a movie should stand up on its own as a 2-hour experience, whereas a show can do a lot more because it has more time and it's formatted differently. But I feel like a film is always intended to be like a more cut together like experience, you know what I mean? You don't have like the time that you have with a show to develop things, so it has to be more concise and to the point. And I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of missed by trying to make everything a cinematic universe. Either cinematic universes have their place, don't get me wrong, but Like everyone's trying to do one right now, and I think it's detrimental to just movies in general.
We've had sequels for years. We've had spin-offs for years.
No, I don't have any issues with I don't have any issues with spin-offs and sequels and shit like that. Of course, that's part of films. That's 100% part of films. I just feel like this over reliance with everything having to be connected. Like Warner Brothers having to feel like they have to connect everything under the fucking bridge just to make a movie worth watching, like with a fucking serververse and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, okay, look, that was terrible in general. What I mean here is this: comic books, right? Generally, what I'm referring to in regards to like cinematic universes, comic books are kind of where it's at, because otherwise it's a harder thing to do. Like when Lionsgate was like, hey, why don't we do, or like even Sony was like, why don't we do a Robin Hood cinematic universe? Like, pump your brakes there. It's kind of a single standalone story. You know, like Universe doing the Dark Universe. That was an interesting concept, just terrible in execution.
No, that
it
really
could have worked if they would have stuck to their roots, but instead they tried basically making like Stephen Summers' The Mummy, but a team up film. And that you know, and like that's kind of what they went wrong with that. Like there's been other things that they've done, but it's because they come at it with like the wrong intention. They come at it with the wrong idea. If they would sit there and go, okay, let's plot out our first 5 films leading to an actual endpoint or a chapter break or the end of a phase or whatever, but we're going to see this through to the end, and they stick with it. You know, because here's the thing: Iron Man 1 did pretty good. Iron Man 2 did really good. Incredible Hulk, did pretty good, right? But Thor and Captain America, they did all right. But it was Avengers that kicked it off. It was Avengers that was the first $1 billion movie. And then the next year was Iron Man 3. And Iron Man 3, according to many people, was subpar to 2, which I disagree. I loved number 3, but number 3 was $1 billion movie a year later. Why was that? Oh, yeah, right. Because they had a $1 billion film that preceded it, and it stuck to the continuity of the world, and it still expanded upon the characters' interactions with that last film, especially in the case of Iron Man 3, dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, which was something that you rarely ever see explored in a superhero movie. And I thought that was really cool. Then in 2014, what did they have? They had Captain America, the Winter Soldier, which carried on the story from Captain America, but it was set now to more of a 1970s political thriller type situation. What followed that up? Oh yeah, it was well, no, they also had Thor: The Dark World, which came after Iron Man 3.
It's easy to glance over that one.
It is. Okay, but you had Guardians and Captain America, in 2014, and both of those were super solid. 2015 had Avengers: Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man were the 2 films for 2015.
Yeah, those are okay.
You know, I mean, yeah, they're not. I'm not saying everything is going to be great, but what I'm pointing out here is consistency. Is they had a plan, and they built towards it. If these other companies would literally like stop doing lines of cocaine out of the bathroom and actually stop and think for a moment, they might actually have a chance. It's not that difficult. The entire idea of how to keep a franchise going literally is laid out in front of you. Feige doesn't hide any of this shit. The dude's a massive fanboy. He could literally he could fucking she's all that, the DCEU, okay? Like, if they made a bet, if like Zaslav secretly went over to Feige and was like, listen, I want to make you a bet. I want you to, like, you know, put some lipstick on a pig in our library and make it profitable. Make it fucking prom queen. And he could do it. Feige could do it. Would he fall in love with the girl or the pig? I don't know. I don't know what he's into. He's, you know, but I guarantee you he would be able to go, okay, this is what audience want, and let's find a way to give it to them. We're going to adapt one of these stories. It's going to be slightly different because we have to update it for the times. And then from there, we will go and make it we'll make it its own kind of unique thing that still has a lot of the feeling from what the comic of it is, but still fit into this universe that we've created, because he trusts the creatives and they work on it together. This is the problem when you've got, you know, filmmaker driven content, which is what Warner's does, versus a cohesive universe, which is why Zack's work was the best for DC and why they're still trying to, effectively play catch up at this point. So, anyway,
that's all fair. That's all.
That is that is my rant on that. And I'll have to add that into the timestamps here because I think that's a good one. Command unit here with 6 shekels. I have 2 semi-long, really good ones, 10 and 8 minutes. Dude, those are really long. I'm just saying, like, hold off on those. If you got smaller shit, then smaller shit. But yeah, anyway, I do appreciate that. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm caught up here on the... All right, there's a couple super chats here. H-Bart's here says, last Friday, me and Elmo went to IHOP, and Dan Schneider served us burgers.
I don't believe that, man.
Yeah, I believe you guys went to IHOP, but I don't believe that Dan Schneider served you burgers. What I do believe, though, is that somebody there was trying to get a good look at your feet. And that's a kink.
Oh, that's what they meant? That probably is what they meant.
I think so, yeah. I don't know. Command unit here with another super chat. There's a good live action 40K short fan film. If it's under 5, that'd be better. I just want to like kind of cap it. It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's literally just, again, some of those are too long. And all right. And then Irrational Skeptic here with 5 bones. Thank you. Warner Brothers should have made Bruce Timm in charge of the DCEU from the beginning and have him plan all the character arcs. Cool. Yeah. Or let Jim Lee do it. You know, I mean, well, Jim Lee's an artist, but he fundamentally gets it. You know, that was the thing. Is like having a writer. He definitely should have been involved too. You know I think he was involved to some extent, but like still, it was like, you know, he was still doing the DC Comics stuff. Now he's kind of been upped in his positioning. But yeah, I would love to see all that stuff go down. So, all right. So H Bart's here says that he looked like bruh. I don't know what that means. Like he looked like Dan Schneider? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, it looked like Dan Schneider. Was it just a fat dude? Is that what you're saying? That H Bart?
Was it a fat Midwestern looking dude? Because I could kind of see that. I mean, like,
ever seen Dan Schneider in a cowboy hat?
No, I have never seen Dan Schneider in a cowboy hat.
I'll save that for another day.
Okay. All right. And then Comedian here says the 8-minute video is what got you into 40K. All right. Send it over. We'll take a look at it later on. So, all right, let's go. All right. Why don't we dive into the first thing I want to talk about today? Actually, let me take a quick look here at my notes because I had notes here for like which article to get into first because I was like trying to prepare and actually, you know, do this with some sense of legitimacy. But did you hear about I take myself seriously, sir and or madam?
I apologize. Go ahead.
Did you hear about this? Netflix is kicking off its gaming. And this is happening in Poland.
I heard about this. This is a very interesting idea.
Yeah, well, they've been toying with this for a while. They got the choose your own adventure stuff on there with like Minecraft story mode. They actually took the Telltale game and they turned it into an interactive experience. They should, they could do the same thing with like the Batman, you know, the Walking Dead stuff, just like, you know,
that'd be cool.
Tweak it. Well, Telltale doesn't really exist anymore, which is
they got absorbed, but they might still like, I heard that those games might still be produced like by a different company. So
I would hope so. So it says here that streaming giant Netflix is getting into gaming and the company has begun to test its services with a limited rollout in Poland. Subscribers in Poland on Android devices can now play 2 games, Stranger Things 1984 and Stranger Things 3, by launching them from within the Netflix app. And that to me is the most fascinating thing. That these are games you get to play from inside the app. Yeah.
Oh, so I thought this was going to be like games that you could put on your like big screen, which I guess they could do eventually, but like
eventually that's going to be the thing. Eventually that's absolutely going to be the thing.
You know, but just before this slips my mind, do you remember GameFly, which was like very similar to what Netflix used to be?
Yeah.
They would, like,
I had a GameFly. I had a GameFly membership, yeah.
Why did they not like try to do something similar to this?
I think because the cost was like too much.
Yeah,
GameFly is still around. I still get emails from them.
No, they're still around. But they still serve their original purpose. I'm just surprised. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the fucking money to do that. They didn't have the fucking resources to do like what eventually became like Xbox Game Pass. But no, this is interesting because now Netflix is going to be the one to jump on it. But
well, and they've got the infrastructure as well as the user base
and the money. More importantly,
and the money. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where if Netflix gets into gaming, you're going to be able to like log into Netflix and be like, do you want to play a battle royale game? Okay. You know, or whatever, a platformer. Oh, wow. Do you want, I mean, because remember, like nowadays, like with the cloud gaming, you can do a lot with that. and it's getting better all the time. It ain't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, even Xbox has cloud gaming that you can play on a multitude of different devices. I think Phil Spencer was checking out this Steam Deck from Valve, and he was doing cloud gaming through Xbox Games Pass, right? Or whatever the service is, and you're playing the game on there, and that's going to be where a lot of this stuff is going in the future. So here's the thing with this though: these games have no in-app purchases, and they're included as part of your existing membership.
I've got a question. Do you believe that this will eventually lead to a hike in prices? Do you think they'll use this essentially to be like, hey, we're adding more value, but we kind of got to add, raise our prices now? Because I don't think some people would be happy about that.
It's going to be a tiered system, I think. It's going to be do you want Netflix in 4K UHD? How about gaming? Do you want fucking gaming? Yeah, you want fucking gaming, you pussyless virgin? Yeah! And they'll be like, yeah!
They clearly do think people are like that, because look at the name of their fucking Twitter. It's Netflix Geeked.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
That's cringe, right?
They understand. But the thing is, they understand. They understand, though. It's like, the kind of people that are going to be diving into all this stuff are the people, they might as well start working on JRPGs and anything with anime, bring in a Attack on Titan mobile game or some crap like that. I don't know how they could do a turn-based Attack on Titan game.
You bring it back to anime, of course. Don't you?
Oh, bring it back to anime. Because anime is massive on Netflix. It really is. As much as I like to make fun of it, I'm not going to sit there and walk away from knowing exactly how popular it is on the franchise or on the platform. So I get all that stuff there. I mean, I'm definitely excited to see what Netflix does with this. I do really like Netflix quite a bit. I really want to see how they make this work, because I'm always happy with the technological advances on this front, right? Because as much as I like physical media, for example, to give you guys an idea today, so I was finishing up the Podio commentary on Super Mario Brothers, and I talked about it the other night, and in the Discord, someone posted a link to a brand new Blu-ray that's coming out in Australia. In Australia, a new Blu-ray is coming out, but here's the kicker with the new Blu-ray. It has the extended cut that was actually put out earlier this year. And it's got a bunch of other behind the scenes featurettes. It even has the electronic press kit that they sent out with all the interviews and stuff back in the early 90s. I don't know why that's important, but it's important.
I had no idea that there was a Blu-ray of that movie. I'm surprised.
There's a couple Blu-rays of that movie. I'm
surprised that the rights haven't been left to rot. Do you know who owns that movie?
A couple different companies bought the distribution rights to it. Apparently in the US it was Disney. So
what?
Yeah, Disney, dude, that whole story is crazy, right?
I'll have to watch it.
I'll tell you guys this right now. Here's a little bit of a teaser. Nintendo sold the rights for $2 million, literally because they were like, fuck it. It's too popular of a franchise. They can't fuck this up. I'm not even kidding you. They were literally like, whatever.
That's insane, dude.
Since when does Nintendo ever do, whatever? Never with, and I think this killed it. Whatever was gonna, if Super Mario Brothers, the movie, would have been a success, then it would have, I think, opened the door to Metroid, obviously, because that was in development.
Oh, video game movies as a whole,
Yeah, I think it would have actually done it well. Yeah, now here it is 30 years later, and they still can't get it right.
Well, the Sonic movie was promising.
Sonic was good. I don't want to deride Sonic. I thought the movie was a lot of fun, but it was simple.
True.
Free Guy, it looks like it's about the same, where it's video game inspired, not necessarily video game centric. Well, it is video game centric, but it's not adapting a video game.
Yeah, not an adaptation.
But what I was saying though about the physical media side of things too is that that particular Blu-ray for Super Mario Brothers is in Australian, which means it's a certain region. I don't have a region free player. So while I could get the thing, I could have it imported for $35, which I want to do. I couldn't watch it. Not yet, not till I get a region free, but those are fucking expensive too. So it's they kind of push you in many instances towards the idea of, kind of sailing the high seas of the internet to get your hands on this kind of stuff. Yeah. And it's really ridiculous. It's actually really, really ridiculous. But okay, Command Unit here says Daily Dose, Lord Inquisitor. Okay. All right, I did find the the Inquisitor prologue. I got that queued up here for a little bit later. Todd Fayer with $20, man. Thank you so much, Todd.
Nice.
If aliens visited Earth, the first person they would want to meet is Kevin Feige because they have seen his Marvel films and they would want to learn from the man who has the best comic book movies in the solar system.
Oh my God.
Sure. Yeah, I could imagine aliens like bombing on down, right, to Burbank, California and just going like, hey, we're here to see Kevin Feige. We keep seeing his name attached to all these projects. We get them in the bleep blorp system, and we gotta say we're really big fans of that Brie Larson. Her backside anatomy really kind of gels with ours, meaning there's nothing there.
That's not true anymore.
No, it's not. I'm just saying, it's like I could see them going like, we really kind of dig the cosmic side of the Captain Marvel. Her performance was amazing. She's #1 on our planet.
Maybe they just like stone face acting,
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I could see that. Though. That would be all right, I guess. If that's what they,
I guess.
Well, I'm just saying, anything is possible. Anything is possible at this point in time. All right, so why don't we take a look here at probably one of the stupidest things that happened in the course of the last little bit, and that is Overwatch is going to be changing the name of McCree. I know we talked about this on your stream earlier, but I wanted to cover it here as well.
No, that makes sense.
It is, look, man, like what in the ever-loving hell is going on with this shit? Like, it's just like Blizzard effed up. They had a very bad, very toxic environment. It is absolutely wrecking the brand. I mean, you would think Blizzard would be able to survive practically anything. They'd be able to come out there and just go, "Hi guys, we're sorry."
Well, no.
Here's Diablo 3 remastered for every single device, including your iPod.
Right. You're right, because in the early 2000s, I would have thought that Blizzard was absolutely fucking invincible. Although, since the 2010s, as someone who's been a fan of them for a while, they've lost so many goodwill of their customers for a long time. It was it's not just what happened here with all the controversy, but it's been a perfect storm of, another big MMO rising in popularity. Blizzard has been taking a lot of hits on all fronts, not just in terms of the lawsuit going on, but also their player base has been going to other games, finding other alternatives. People are just not really pleased with their games in general right now, except for maybe their fucking card game. That might be the one thing people are happy with. So no,
yeah, Hearthstone. Yeah, Hearthstone is still going really strong.
Yeah, Hearthstone's still going really strong.
I mean, that almost incited an entire revolution in fucking Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a major thing here. But this situation, I think they have dropped the ball on so many things in regards to how they've handled the situation. Like I've said to you, and I'll reiterate this here, people care about the lawsuit, but no one is demanding that Blizzard kind of they're not asking for Blizzard to rename themselves. They're not asking for Blizzard to do anything different. All they're asking for is that people just, not be rapey. That's it. I mean, that is a company culture thing. I get it. I understand why they want to rename McCree, but I still feel that it's dumb.
Well, I agree. I agree because here's how I look at it: is that their priorities are completely out of whack. They have no idea what they're doing, and I think that they're just scrambling to literally do anything to get some praise from people, some positive PR in the headlines. They're literally doing whatever they can, but they're just making themselves look like fools. Although I will say this, because I think this is really important to say too. I think it's really stupid that they had an employee named Jesse McCree, and they named a hero in their goddamn game Jesse McCree. Not even John McCree or James McCree or something like that. They literally named it the exact same fucking name as someone in their company. That's stupid. I don't get that. And this is not the only thing that was named after this dude, by the way. There's 5 things in Blizzard games which are named after this dude. And look, I don't care. Because in some cases, I didn't even know that it was named after him. I mentioned this on my show, right? There's a zone in World of Warcraft called McCree. I did not know that was named after Jesse McCree. And if you didn't tell me, I never would have put 1 and 2 together. Even though it's kind of obvious, because it's not that obvious that it was something I would think about.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of empty, hollow gestures. They're not making real change to their company. It seems like a few people have been fired, but I've only seen like 3 names in the headlines of people who have actually been held accountable. So I don't know if Blizzard's serious about this or what they're actually meaning to do, but when this is the best thing that I've seen out of them throughout the past week and them making progress, it's really sad. It's just another token gesture. And how many of them have we seen from Blizzard so far?
It just feels like it's all token. It just, there's like nothing behind this here. I know, so, you know, the company, okay, so what we know here is that the sexual harassment lawsuit against Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, just to be on the safe side, will have more repercussions for game content. Blizzard is changing Overwatch character Jesse McCree's name now that his real life namesake has left the company. The developer wants a name that better represents Overwatch's ideals, according to a statement. Well, what ideals? Like, what ideals?
Well, I mean, okay, since the start, Overwatch has tried to pitch itself as like this ultra-inclusive game. Like they've tried to do things like revealing like Tracer's a lesbian and try and, you know, have characters from diverse ethnic groups and shit like that.
All good, all great, 100%.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, I will give Overwatch that. They do a good job with, like, you know, not only their character designs, but also having a wide variety of different looking characters and shit like that. They're good about that. I like that. But I don't know. It still doesn't stop me from feeling like they're just doing a token gesture here, especially when this is just something that never should have happened in the first place. It's cringe. It's basically just, it's, you know how people make fun of people on Twitter for just doing like self-inserts, putting themselves in a franchise that's popular that they enjoy. This is just basically a games developer literally doing a self-insert, and not in like a tongue-in-cheek way, where at least most people rename their characters. It was literally named after him. And I think that's just really cringy and stupid. I don't think that should be a thing that they do at companies, but it doesn't offend me. I'm not like, you know, triggered about it or anything. I just think it's kind of, you know, a stupid thing that they ever did it in the first place. And I think it makes more sense to come up with original names for your original characters.
Well, see, here's the thing. So I just Googled, what did Jesse McCree do? Mm-hmm. And even Kotaku is just saying like, all Activision will say is that they can confirm that they're no longer with the company. And then they mention the Cosby suite. And that Cosby suite, I mean, like, look, I've been to E3 parties. I've been to E3. Like, I know how, and this is like back in the early 2000s, like how sexualized E3 was with like booth babes. At one point, they actually had like full nude strippers in a booth, like after hours. Yeah, I know, right? And they wouldn't let me in because like they said you had to be 21. And I had to remind the guy, like, California state law says that 21 or that full nude is no alcohol around. So what are you doing, bro? I was 19. I'm like, I know the law on this, you bastard. But no, there was a lot of sexual stuff going on at E3 back in the day. And so I just like, you know, but a lot of people, look, they go there, they booze it up for the week. I mean, like I went to one party one time at a small little like peripheral developer, and the you know, their HR lady was like asking us what booze we wanted beforehand. Mm-hmm. And apparently I was the only person that said Corona because I just like Coronas.
Oh my God.
So she like comes over to me at the party. She's like, hey, Matt. I'm like, yeah, what's up? She's like, hey, come here. I'm like, hey, what's going on? She goes over to the bar and she pulls out a 12 case of a 12 pack of Corona. She's like, I got these for you. And your job is to drink each and every one of these. And I was like, challenge accepted. Not even kidding you. Like, I fucking sat back with like 12 pack of ice cold Coronas and just kept drinking. And before I knew it, I wandered outside to have a cigarette. And I was like, I sat up on like the overhang of this parking garage where I was like dangling my feet. And it was like a 2-story drop to the concrete below. And I'm on the phone, like talking to my friend and like smoking a cig and like not even paying attention. I was so fucked up. E3 parties, dude. Like, I've gone to Activision parties where it's like, there's an open bar, go knock your socks off. Like, literally, this is what E3 is. It's get fucked up for the week. But that doesn't always mean sexual assault. The thing with this particular situation has a lot to do with the fact that Alex Afrasiabi, whatever his name is, Afrasiabi, he's the one who was specifically pointed out. Then it was his room where the Cosby suite was, and then Jesse McCree was there. And at this point, from what I can gather, this is what we know. And so as a result of that, they are saying, you know,
All I know about Jesse McCree is that he was one of the very few people who was let go. I have no idea what his involvement was in the Cosby Suite. They're probably not going to release that information, which is pretty sus, I'll admit, because these three people that I heard about being let go. I can't remember the name of the other three people. There were three names let go at one given at a certain time recently. Jesse McCree was one of them, and I remember specifically that it was one of those people. And here's the thing. Look, there's a chance that these people could just be the ones that are being put under the chopping block, the ones that are like essentially the sacrificial lambs that they're just trying to throw away to make it look good. But I mean, there's also a strong chance, and we just don't know, but there's also a strong chance that this could be someone who's actually accountable for something, but they won't show us the details. So it's kind of hard to really decide just with what the information we have, right? We just know that he's fired. We don't know why.
No, it really is. It really is. That's kind of the problem here. So I don't know. I mean, but they want to go ahead and they want to get rid of, they want to go out and they want to change this. And they want to, they have a thing now saying that they're also not going to name any more characters after employees, which is totally fine.
I think that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. They shouldn't even do that shit anyway.
It's cringe.
But at this particular situation, it's not necessarily like what they've been trying to say that it is, I think. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they don't know. All I can do is look at this and go, the information is not publicly made available. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff on the side here. Maybe there's stuff that I haven't seen, probably is. But it also kind of feels like there were people that they just, because of the spotlight that was shined on them, heads are always going to roll. Like, that's just the way it is.
Exactly.
Heads are always going to roll. And that's business. And business never fucking changes. So they're going to absolutely go after certain people. They're going to go after the ones that they need to. And that is, they probably have had a problematic past or something along those lines. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. So yeah, there's that. Let me get to this HBars here. This $5 went from HBars. Thank you, man. It says, gonna watch my 6th Bond film. Her Majesty's Secret Service tonight. What are your thoughts on it? I actually have not seen that one. I know it's Lazenby. I don't remember seeing it. If I've seen it when I was a kid, I haven't seen it recently, so I don't remember it. We'll have to see how that goes. But let me know how you like it, because I need to. I do want to give them all a rewatch, but it's, it is what it is. All right, HBar's here with another 5 bones, man. Thank you. Says, why does no one talk about the Ubisoft scandal? It's pretty bad. Well, the Ubisoft scandal was like last year, and Yves Guillemot came out and was like, hey, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna make it better. And whether or not you agree with them, I don't quite know, but that's kind of what's been going on. And that did get brought up a little bit when this whole Activision Blizzard thing started last month. So, Ubisoft is like trying to cover their own ass effectively. That's my take on it. At least I don't know. I just
every company is going to be shredding documents, even Blizzard is. So.
Yeah, well, as apparently as it's been happening, they've been shredding documents. So why don't we jump over here? This is one that I saw yesterday, and this is I don't know if this is real or not. Did you see this?
What?
This is making its way around on YouTube. It's got like 80-some thousand views.
It doesn't look real, honestly.
It doesn't look real, but it plays real enough.
Oh.
And so the Mandalorian game is something that, like, for one, it just makes the most amount of sense to like have it be have a game coming about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
We ultimately know that the game, that like Ubisoft is working on a Star Wars game. We don't know which one it is. It's from Massive, the guys who did the Division 1 and 2, who are also doing the Avatar game. Mm-hmm. Right? So we don't know. Carlos here says fake as fuck. Well, I mean, here's the thing though. This is recorded off a screen, right? This is off screen recording. And like, just check it out. I mean, like, it's a good fake in my opinion. If it is a fake.
Oh yeah, it looks good, but I don't know. It's not screaming real to me for some reason.
It's also early. Well, it would be, if anything, like alpha build, which is not going to look anywhere near as good.
True. That's fair. That is fair. Huh.
So there's definitely that one, right? We don't know. And then Carlos here says like, this game would have gotten leaked a long time ago. We don't know that.
No, we don't. What, you're saying that about the Mandalorian? That show kept the biggest secret in all of media for Jesus Christ.
They would do everything they could.
Yeah, they do everything they could. Come on, the Mandalorian, they can keep secrets.
Yeah. I know. So yeah, let me just hit play on this thing here. So this is what's just check this out. Like, you know, I mean, it's got the music playing, and it's clearly playing on a decent TV. Let's turn that down a little bit so it doesn't flag copyright. I also just like love it. You got the Beskar. Look at this here, Beskar ingots. That's from Mandalorian.
I want it. Yeah, I know. I want it to be real, but like, I don't know.
I know. Chapter 4, the escape. I mean, it feels like something
you
would.
Gameplay.
Yeah.
What? No. You're fucking with it, right?
I'm not fucking with you, dude. Like, I mean,
oh my fucking god.
This is I don't know, man. Like,
dude, if this isn't real, then it better fucking be soon, because I swear to God, this is the I wanted this. I wanted this as soon as I saw the Mandalorian show. I was like, this would make for a fantastic Star Wars game.
Oh yeah, but look here. Here's the thing though. So he's got the Beskar spear from season 2. He's got you know, the Beskar armor. He's got the jetpack.
Okay, I take it back. No. You know what? Maybe this is real.
I don't know. I mean, like, part of me was wondering if this is running off a mod from Star Wars Battlefront 2. But it does feel like, it feels like it runs, like the physical movements are less janky than Star Wars Battlefront 2.
The movements are so fluid. That's what's throwing me off. I'm like,
look at that whistling.
Dude.
Come on, man.
Dude, what if this is fucking real, dude? Is this real, man?
I don't know, but like, it's definitely early. It's but it looks great for like an early product if it is truly real. Like, I don't know.
It's looking good if so.
I was wondering if it was a mod from Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know, but it's like, look at that, the flamethrower.
Yeah.
You slit your grapple. You can.
This doesn't seem like a mod, man. I've played mods before, like.
I don't know. Let's see. Okay, Rational here says it's a fan-made game someone made on the Unreal Engine. I don't know. Can you show me proof on that one? Well, I'm not saying that's not real, but I mean, if this is on the Unreal Engine, then it's like, hire this motherfucker and make this goddamn game.
And even if it's a fan-made game, this is still really cool and impressive. I'd love to play it. Like, yeah. Yeah,
it's still like a lot of work went into this. Then, I mean, because it has the vibe, and it, like, you know, it has a lot of vibes to it. It feels like you're watching a Star Wars game.
Yeah, no, I mean,
even right here, he's gonna in a second, he's gonna go and get like a power up, you know. So like, is this guy doing a full on Mando game made in Unreal? That's a fan game.
I have no idea, honestly.
I mean, look, he's got the new IB-94 blaster pistol, polarity, whatever the hell that thing said, upgraded. It's like,
Jesus Christ,
dude, I would play the hell out of this.
You're throwing me through a loop.
I know, this is fake. They did a really good job. I saw this flying around on Twitter yesterday, and I just wanted to talk about it because it's like, I watched it a couple times, and I was like, this looks awesome, and I want it, and I want to see what the hell they're going to do.
Really cool either way. I'm really impressed.
I mean, look, the stormtroopers can't hit shit, but if the game is all about just plowing through waves of stormtroopers, you know, like, is that something that no one's going to be, you know, wanting? Hell no. Everyone's going to want to just have a game where you just mow down waves of stormtroopers.
You know, it'd be an amazing game, like an RPG game, like a Mandalorian, like if it was an RPG game in the style of, like, you know, the Old Republic games, that would be absolutely fucking amazing.
Well, we all would like to see that.
Level up different skills, traverse some like planets and shit like that. That'd be cool.
So yeah, that is the Mandalorian game. I mean, look, if it's real, it's real. If it's fake, it's fake. Either way, it looks cool, man. I'm totally down for that one. Oh, I missed this one here from HWAD, so I just want to get to this. He says here, more stuff happened, and they said no changes happened. Oh, he's talking about Ubisoft. I'll have to look into that a bit more, man. But that's some crazy shit there. Expect Disney to come knocking on his door, yeah, or my door. HWAD here says it's like Django Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Pretty much, a lot of people like that game. Alex here says it's a PS4 dream game. There's no way they could get that on the PS4. There's no way they could get that on the PS4 Dreams. There's no way they could make that work like that. That'd be a lot of work. Cass right here says VG247 says that it's fake. Well, then you know what? It's a good fake. It's a solid fake, and I'm very happy with. I like it. I like it. I want to.
Cool as fuck.
I want a Mando game.
Me too.
I thought it'd be pretty cool if they did that. Jess here says he'll most likely get hired by a developer who is doing a Star Wars game for Disney. Maybe. Okay, VG247 said this. All right, hold on. Let's see. VG247 Mando game. All right, fake Mandalorian game looks decent. Who is the person behind this here? Sharif Saeed. So it says here that the YouTube channel behind the video is full of video game development tutorials, is not the sort of burner channel that would usually post leaks. You know, Jake Chapman, who is a Sumo Digital senior designer, pointed out on Twitter that the demo is using some default Unreal Engine 4 asset, including its advanced locomotion system, saying, I know those footstep sounds and body animations far too well. I mean, then hire this motherfucker, dude. If it's fake, it's fake, but like, you know, like hire this guy. If someone is sitting there making a Mandalorian video game from his home,
I want one.
You know, and here's the sad thing. Here's the sad thing about it. Disney, because of the way IP laws work, they'd have to come in and like tell it to fuck off. You know, like if he was planning on releasing it, they would tell him to fuck off.
Yep, exactly.
And that sucks because like it looks like it looks like there's a lot of work that went into that. And I mean, the music, the bot, you know, the design, it looks dope. So hopefully, the Watcher who says we were going to get a Boba Fett game called 1313 and they canceled it. I do remember that. Yeah. Classy Ulysses here asks, does anyone remember Star Wars Empire at War? Hell yeah. Star Wars RTS. That was awesome. The Watcher here says, the world needs a Mando game. It does, man. It so does. It so absolutely needs it. I want it. I just want more Mandalorian is really kind of where I'm at right now. You know, that's kind of where I see things at the moment in time. All right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about here, I don't know. Have you ever seen the show American Vandal?
I have not, so I may be completely lost on this subject.
Okay. So, you know, I'll show you the trailer. It's a Netflix show. I should be able to get around showing the trailer. American Vandal is a show that came out back in 2017. And I'm not lying when I say this. It has ultimately become one of my favorite Netflix shows. It in its second season before getting canceled unceremoniously by Netflix. Those sons of bitches.
God damn.
I know. So this particular show is, how do I describe it? You know what? Just watch the trailer. All right. Let me know if there's sound. I'm pretty sure I clicked it, but let me know if I didn't.
This is not the way I thought things were going to go. I was going to graduate high school, get my degree in my engineering. I know I didn't do it.
It is a shocking scene for Hanover High teachers today.
The vandal spray painted obscene images on 27 cars.
Oh my God.
I'll never understand what's so amusing about penises.
Everyone thinks I did it. Everyone.
Dylan definitely did it.
Of course he did it.
He's like a known dick drawer.
Another day, another dead.
The evidence, it's overwhelming. I spoke to expel Dylan Maxwell for vandalizing the vehicles.
My name is Peter Maldonado, and I believe there are legitimate arguments for Dylan's innocence.
Ball hairs.
The ball hairs.
They're different. It's just one piece to the puzzle. This is gonna take way more than just ball hairs.
They say he deleted the security footage.
There's no way.
He is the stupidest kid I've ever met.
He's trying to convince you some sort of conspiracy. There just isn't one.
Oh my God.
Got sequels.
The administration has something to hide.
This isn't about dicks. This is about the justice system.
You don't stand a chance.
All of you, stop filming right now!
They got the wrong guy. I mean, there's still someone out there.
So yeah, that actually came out about 4 years ago now.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Now, here's the thing. Do you think that's real?
Do I think that's real?
Yeah, because Elmo here says, "Oh yeah, I've seen this. This actually happened." No, it didn't happen. The whole thing is fake. It's a Funny or Die project. No, Elmo, it's not real. It's Funny or Die did this. They shot it and it looks like Making a Murderer. They shot it like a real true crime documentary. And they treated it like a real true crime documentary. And it's an amazing, oh my God, this first season's hysterical. But it's not real. But they treated it like it was real, and everyone treated it like it was real.
It's all a farce.
Yeah, it's not real. But it's so fucking good. All right, like that's the thing. It's like American Vandal, season 1 is great. Season 2 is not as good as season 1, but like it's still a really interesting story. And I would have loved to see them actually go through and continue on this kind of thing. So this is what we got going on right here, where the duo behind this is actually doing a new mockumentary series for Paramount Plus, and they're all doing it about esports. So I think that like this is going to be kind of fascinating to see. So according to
this
this,
is something that could very easily be misunderstood by people who don't really know what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yes. And this is why I'm really excited to see how it goes, because people are going to believe the fuck out of it. So it says here, American Vandal creators Tony Yacenda and Dan Perrault have landed a series order at Paramount Plus for an esports mockumentary series called Players. Players follows a fictional pro League of Legends team as they pursue their first championship after years of close calls and heartache. To win it all, they will need their prodigy, a 17-year-old rookie and their 27-year-old veteran, to put their egos aside and work together. Yacenda and Perrault created Players and will also serve as executive producers, with Yacenda also attached to direct. Funny or Die's Joe Farrell and Mike Farah serve as executive producers alongside Riot Games and other people as well. And so, I mean, this is going to be, I don't know what exactly this is going to go, but look, dude, Riot Games' League of Legends is the most played PC game in the world and generates billions of hours of gameplay per year. It's also the basis for the largest esport on the planet, with the 2020 League of Legends World Championship Finals generating a record-breaking 23.04 million average minute audience. You know what I mean? Like this shit is fucking is insane how popular it is.
Absolutely nuts, yeah.
And so what we're going to see out of all this is like, I think if these companies allow there to be kind of spoofs about this kind of stuff, we're going to see a very interesting take, a very interesting kind of movement into kind of mockery of the esports world. But I don't think, satirization. I don't want to say mockery, but like satirization and parodies. And that's great, because I think it's going to really open it up, because, gamers like to laugh, especially at themselves or at gaming cliches, because they get all the memes, they get all the jokes, everything else. And I think if done correctly, and these guys have proven themselves to be pretty fantastic, I think we're going to get something pretty badass out of this.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens.
So that's going to be coming sometime probably next year. That might actually prompt me to get my hands on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Paramount Plus, ladies and gentlemen. It's where Paramount comes to Paramount.
It's starting to do more, It's starting to have some things that are worth watching, it seems like. Maybe one day I'll get it too.
Shogun here is asking, is it an actual show with episodes? I'm assuming it's an actual show with episodes is what I think it's going to be. So I think that's going to be something that, you know, again, people who haven't seen American Vandal, all I can hope is that the people who come in to see this, the people who come in to you know, to check all this stuff out, are going to ultimately go back and watch American Vandal, because I would love for it to have this resurgence of popularity and for Netflix to finally go, oh, we fucked up, we got to give this show more seasons. Because it's like, I even showed my mom American Vandal. I even showed my mom that, and she loved it because she likes true crime. So my mom, even like at the end of the first episode, she's like, so who did draw all the dicks?
Oh my God.
That's the thing, is who drew the dicks?
Who drew the dicks?
Apparently, H. Barts here says, bruh, Elmo thinks it's real. He's arguing. Elmo, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I'm sorry. Like, it didn't happen, dude. I'll tell you what. Bet me. It didn't happen, man. It is definitely something that that it would be funny if it did. Because here's the thing. The show took place in Oceanside, California. I'm from San Diego. It's like 30 minutes south of Oceanside. If there would have been a bunch of dicks spray painted on cars, I would have fucking heard about it. If it was real, I would have definitely heard about it because I was living in the area at the time. So it didn't happen, brother. I'm sorry. I know you wish it, I wish it did too, because it's really well made. But I don't know how I can. Okay, hold on here. Is American Vandal real? All right. I'm just saying, like, all right, we're gonna do this here. We're gonna totally do this. Okay, let me just bring it up. All right. So according to Decider.com, wait, is American Vandal real? Is American Vandal real? If you've Googled that question since getting sucked into Netflix's true crime satire series, you're not alone. The thing is, the show is so well done, it's sometimes it's hard to tell if American Vandal is a true story. American Vandal is a real 8-episode show that exists. So it's real that it's a show, but ultimately, no, it's a not real documentary. It's a fictional series filled with really great young actors and a fictional case at hand. Now, so it's like, that's the thing, is when they dropped the trailer for this in the summer of 2017, a lot of people didn't know if it was real or fake because of how well it looked, of just how smooth and slick it looked, like a well-produced Netflix documentary. And it was kind of done in the vein of Making a Murderer, which in the fall of 2015 was massive for Netflix. That was a massive 10-episode show that is still being talked about to this day. And so the thing is, I thought it was a parody trailer. I didn't think it was a real show until you find out that it was a real show. So yeah, no. J-Pod here says we need a documentary on if American Vandal is real. No. Well, I mean, I'd like a documentary about it. Maybe I might do a Podio commentary talking about it.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. J-Pod here makes a great comparison. American Vandal got that Blair Witch reaction. It did. And that's the thing. If the media if it's presented good enough, if it's presented slick enough, then you can easily tell that it's something amazing here. That people can really believe it. Shiny here says, I think Elmo's trolling. I don't know, man. H. Barts is saying that he doesn't. He's saying that it's real. He says here, I'm about to go do research. All right, dude, go do research, man. But then Max here says, don't listen to Jarbo. It's real. Matt drew the ducks. He just doesn't want to get caught. Yeah, I drew the ducks, Max. There you go. All right. On your break, I'm going to show H-Barts. All right, man. On your break, do it. I want to know. I want to know what you found out. Because that to me is fascinating as all hell. I thought that was pretty funny. So, all right, let me just double check here. My notes. Want to make sure we're still in the good.
Notes.
My notes here. All right. Okay, cool. We're getting now finally into the story that I think Annie wanted to touch upon again today. That is the whole thing involving Captain Boomerang. Is Captain Boomerang a racist? Is Captain Boomerang cultural appropriation? These are questions that have been posited here in the website junkie.com. Because, why not, right? Why not call it junkie.com. I thought
Why
first when I
not
saw
wake up and like have something to complain about? You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the internet, and obviously people want to complain about everything.
Is this website scored by Junkie XL?
I think Junkie XL is even with an IE, right?
Oh, okay,
I think Junkie XL, but Dave the Film Junkie, who does the vodka stream, that is spelled with 2 E's. So perhaps this is appropriation of that. Who knows?
Appropriation,
Who knows?
yeah.
I don't know. We're just going to be throwing around the appropriation word quite a bit tonight because why not?
So can we. Right?
Real quick here, Mad1306 asks, have I seen the Midnight Suns trailer? I have. Why it's a turn-based strategy game, I don't know. But I do want to see it. It looks pretty fun. I want to see actual gameplay, though, before I get too excited. But I did feel that it was actually pretty fun to check out. And then Javier Guzman here, $2, man. Thank you. Says, the real question is, are you real? Well, there's a lot of people out there who kind of feel like I'm not real, like that I'm not who I say I am. But the reality of it is, if you talk to me long enough, it's who I say I am. So there's definitely that. But all right, let's find out more about this here. So how the boomerang continues to be colonized in popular culture.
Oh God.
So it's just, that's the whole point here, right? So obviously, like the boomerang here, we're talking about the boomerang. It says here that James Gunn's The Suicide Squad has been getting rave reviews the world over for its bloodthirsty quirkiness and endearing depictions of camaraderie between a team of deplorable misfits that includes a humanoid shark. That's pretty accurate.
Well, you know what? No, that actually says a lot, because we see right there why this article was made, because it's been getting rave reviews. Everyone's been talking about it, or at least they were when this article was originally made. Everyone was talking about the Suicide Squad. So of course someone had to wake up and complain about it. Find at least one thing in the, colorful cast of characters that they could bitch about.
Yes. Let's see here. So she starts off here with this, though. This is another thing that kind of ties it in. Yeah. She says, yet in over 2 hours of comic-inspired carnage, my favorite moment in the film came in the violent opening sequence, the gruesome death of Captain Boomerang, played by Jai Courtney.
Something almost everyone else hated who watched the film.
I mean, that was probably one of the biggest complaints of the movie for a lot of people who are fans of it. They're just like, what? Why did he die? Now, Courtney's iteration of the character appeared in both the 2016 and 2021 movies, receiving praise for the lovable lark and humor, be brought to a role that could easily have been more cringe version of Crocodile Dundee. But earlier this month on the Kyle and Jackie O show, Courtney spoke about how he was initially reluctant to play Boomerang because of the character's racist origins. It says here, in the original comics, he is kind of controversial. There's some pretty gnarly racist stuff. It's very dated, very 60s. And sure, and there's nothing wrong with if you're going to adapt it and you're going to play an updated version of it, why not, get rid of all that crap.
I mean, well, here's the thing. He's also a misogynist too. And like RJ brought this up during our stream, but it's like, there is some merit to pointing out that he is a bad person. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like this person's presented as being like a positive figure or something like that. And I do think that does matter to the conversation. It's okay for bad people to do bad things in comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good. It's good to add in that little caveat there at the end. It's good for bad people to do bad things. I mean, in the place where it's necessary, like entertainment. In fiction. Yeah. Fiction. Jeez. So look, here's the thing with this though, right? The joke we made on your stream earlier that someone made is like, he robs banks, but really it's all about the appropriation, right? It's just,
exactly.
Look, he's not a good guy. All right. Like, he's not a good guy at all.
He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. And he teams up with other villains and he commits crimes and he went to jail. But the thing is, people love a villain. People love someone to kind of, I don't want to say root. Yeah. They like an underdog.
Yeah.
No, they like an underdog. They like an underdog. Sure. They only want to root against you if they hate you. Like if, Skylar from Breaking Bad.
Sure,
everyone hated her. And so that was something that like the actress had to deal with. And that wasn't very good for her mental health because she was only playing a role. But, that was a rooting against moment. Everyone was rooting for Walter White, but they hated his wife. So this is one of those things where it's like these characters were all kind of done to be funny, to be over the top, to be a team of misfits that, you could root for. Yeah, they downplayed a lot of their other stuff. They downplayed the crimes they created. that they committed. But even look at the Suicide Squad. Weasel killed 27 kids.
Yeah, we always bring that up, don't we?
Yeah. And that was like, you know, like that was the thing. Now, Jai went on to say that he took the role in 2016 after seeing director David Ayer's more modern and toned down take of the character. But does toning down Captain Boomerang's more overt racism make him less racist?
Yes.
Does it absolve comic characters' racist and culturally appropriative origins? Yes, I'm going to say yes.
The point of these characters is that they're supposed to evolve and have new interpretations. If they're going to cut out the bullshit that you don't like, then why are you going to complain about them, like, you know, doing something new with the character?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be what you want?
Well, you'd like to think that's what they want, but there's all that. Like, again, it's, you know, really what it boils down to here is the fact that, you know, so she says here, neither John Broome or Carmine Infantino, the two men who created Captain Boomerang, were Australian, let alone First Nations. Neither of them consulted any indigenous peoples when they created the character back in the 1950s. However, the pair did enough research to learn what a boomerang was and to have their brand new character use racial slurs for Aboriginal people throughout his appearances for decades. So, I mean, like, that's not good, you know?
No, it's not. But as I made the point on my stream, like, that's a word that I think a lot of Americans don't know what the implications of it is. So it's very likely that someone just heard some Australian dude say that, didn't know what it meant, and they were like, Australians say this word, and then they put it in the comic book. It's possible it was also done by a fucking racist, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I don't always like to assume malintent. So.
Well, see, here he's talking about, like, you know, the 1350 argument. Have you heard that argument? It's a bullshit argument.
What's
so
that?
the 1350 argument is that 13% of the population commits 50% of the crime. It is a white nationalist racist dog whistle, but they're referring to the fact that, like, they're trying to argue a statistic that because African Americans, at least in this country, take up 13% of the population, that they commit 50% of the crimes. That is what these people say. That's not true, but that is what they try to argue as a way to back up their racism. And that's effectively what Captain Boomerang is saying here. And it's definitely not accurate. You know, and
is that Amanda Waller? That's Amanda Waller, right?
That's Amanda Waller, yeah.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so he's saying here, he's all like, you know, he says here, like, he says something racist here, he uses a slur. And, you know, and he's racist character. And then look, here's the thing though. He's saying, like, he's saying no offense. Obviously it's bullshit. Yeah, and then Waller here's like, look, we'll raise your social consciousness later, Boomerang, with an axe, meaning like she'll fuck him up.
You know what's important to note here? In that position, Amanda Waller, she has all the power. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like the story's being told like this guy's the protagonist and Amanda Waller is the asshole. It's like, no, she's
they're not out there going like, hey, put a picture of the old you know, Captain Boomerang on your wall there. You know, like this, it's not. It's a bad guy saying a bad thing. Yeah. And then she says at the end, we'll raise your social consciousness later with an axe. Like, she'll fucking kill this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And so it's like that's the whole point, is like but it's only because the characters are viewed through the lens of being the underdog and everything is the reason why this article exists. And then of course, again, they even go into it further. While many cultures around the world have documented the use of throwing sticks, the use of boomerang is specific to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. The word itself was recorded by European colonizers and settlers in the early 1800s, derived from Aboriginal languages they heard at the time. Boomerangs have specific cultural uses and significant to First Nations peoples that vary across the continent, but they range from use as hunting and building tools to playing significant roles in ceremonies and even feature in sacred sites and creation stories within the Dreaming. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming that is something in relation to the Aboriginal peoples.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I didn't mean to cut you off.
They acknowledge in the very first goddamn sentence, while many cultures around the world have documented use of throwing sticks. It's like, is it really that unique of a fucking idea just because it's a specific kind of something that has been developed by cultures all across the world? Okay, well, is it cultural appropriation for me to use a fucking katana? I mean, swords exist all over the goddamn world. What about another fucking type of sword from a different type of different.
I don't think it's cultural appropriation for you to
what if I use
wield
a
a katana, but if you wore a kimono robe,
oh my
maybe.
god, what if I use a fucking scimitar? I'm not Middle Eastern.
I don't know. It's such a weird thing depending on who's complaining about it. But ultimately, you know, I get the argument that this woman is trying to make here. You know, and I understand it. You know, she's even talking about here, like, this is what, like this, does she have it listed up here at all? This,
it seems like a very unreasonably written article. It doesn't really seem like this is made by someone who wants to reach out and have an honest dialogue. It seems like this is made by an article made by someone who just wants to make a bunch of demands and just seems upset, and they just woke up, like I said, and they wanted something to be outraged about today. So they wrote about something that outraged them, and not just something that outraged them at random that they woke up to say, but something that just so happened to be trending on Twitter at that time. So they could tweet about it and hopefully get some clout off it. It's like, it's so fucking transparent what this is to me. Now, look, maybe the intentions aren't as malicious as I think they are, but it certainly seems like that. And they don't do a good job of giving them any fucking positive, any goodwill, I suppose. They haven't built up any goodwill through this article. So,
well, they're not trying to necessarily build up goodwill.
They're not trying to build up goodwill. They're not trying to win people over. They're not trying to change minds. They just want to fucking be in their echo chamber and get people to jerk them off. That's what they want. Fuck that.
What's funny is you're usually really woke. So this is like, that's why I'm kind of cracking up with this, but I get it. It is like that because they don't offer any kind of solution. They're just saying, like, they altered him. They altered everything about him. Mm-hmm. So, but does it make up for his racist past? Well, do you want him to go on an apology tour? Like, I don't get that. Like, I've never understood those arguments because they just don't make sense. Like, it was a different time.
If this interpretation of the character did something racist, then we could have a conversation. If Jai Courtney was racist, we could have a conversation, but neither of them are.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing. And then David Ayer toned down the character for the 2016 movie. Intentionally and with good reason. And then people grew to like the character, and it's like his character depiction now is not saying that, you know, he's not walking up to a black guy and shouting the N-word at him.
That's my point.
Old Digger Harkness would, because that's his name. It's George Digger Harkness.
I wasn't going to bring that up. That's a weird name.
That's like, I mean, like, okay. And the two guys, like, again, made in the 50s. All right. Like, they wanted to have this guy to have a very particular bent. And
like a boomerang.
You know, they wanted him to, like, you know, but here's the thing with that though, right? Like it's a comic book character, man, you know, exactly. Like, people like Red Skull, and that motherfucker's a fascist. He was a world dominating fascist.
He worked with Nazis, literally.
Yeah. Like, that dude is not against incinerating the Jewish peoples. All right. Like,
he just stood there and watched it happen.
There are bad people out there. There are bad people in comic books, but apparently that's a problem here for this woman. But I get it. She's look, this lady, this kind of article stuff is always stupid. It's always stupid because all it does is just perpetuate a culture war, right? And the culture war is on both sides, folks. It's on both sides, and everyone uses it to the effect that they try to use it for, which is, how can I get attention on me to complain about something that doesn't necessarily impact me, but I want to make sure everyone knows that I'm impacted by it for some reason. And of course, to be fair, we all kind of do that to some way or another, complaining about stuff. And that's okay. I just think it's funny.
You think we'll get this kind of controversy when they do Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers?
Oh God, I hope they don't call it Dark Avengers. I really hope they don't call it Dark Avengers. I don't want to deal with that level of cringe. That is where I'm at with it right now, folks.
Okay.
But all right. So I want to get to this one here. Mo Moon, $2 asking, is Matt showing his hatred of me in my pro wrestling? No, I just don't like pro wrestling. I think you're great, Mo. And then HWAD's here with $2 says, almost said Vandal is based on a true story. It's not based on a true story, dude. It's not real. Elmo, it's not real. Anyway, all right. Classy Ulysses here says a negative article equals more clicks. That's
true.
Yeah, that's very true. Let's see here. These types of articles remind me of the AI generated Batman script. Yes. That was awesome. I love that script. So, like, you know, hold on here. Music Man says there's nothing wrong with complaining, but all the damn tie on and on a platform that's toxic in general. But or complaining all the damn time Is that what he's saying? I don't know. But I get it. So, all right, let's get into what I think is going to be probably like one of the funniest stupid things of the night. So yesterday, I talked a bit about the whole controversy surrounding Faye Valentine in the Netflix show Cowboy Bebop, her costume, and people being upset about the costume in comparison to a cosplayer who looks more, I guess you could say, anime, like adjacent or accurate than the actress. But people are really upset about this. Like, they're really upset predominantly. And I'm just going to play the clip again because Daniela, the actress who's playing Faye, decided to have a little bit of fun, joking around a little bit. Did you see this clip, Annie?
No, I didn't.
Check this out. This is the actress who's going to be playing Faye Valentine in regards to the costume controversy.
Hey guys, so as you know, our Cowboy Bebop first look dropped today, which was so exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that sort of keep coming up in the comments amongst fans. First, I wanted to apologize to the fans that I did not anatomically match the Faye Valentine character. 6 foot, double D size breast, 2-inch waist. They looked everywhere for that woman and they couldn't find her. It's kind of weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know. Am I right? There was talk about like, can we put Daniela in a time machine and maybe give her different parents so she has different genetic information to sort of make her look better? It proved to be too complicated. And the other thing I wanted to bring up was I want to apologize that the outfit I'm wearing is not exactly what she wears in the anime. We tried, but doing stunts in tissue paper, things disappear, they rip. Sometimes it just got lost. Anyway, like I was saying, that original costume, they made a couple of them, but like I said, they got sort of slurped up in my various crevices, never to be retrieved again. So we needed to really build something that could withstand the test of time. So just,
Yeah.
Damn,
I thought that clip
mad.
was great. It was great. It was really funny because the whole time she is mocking the controversy while being just overtly sarcastic about it. And of course it triggered so many fucking people. Like, my God. There, like the Quartering made a video on this. I know a number of other people made a video on this. I actually put out a story today saying that it was, it's overblown as all, it's overrated as fuck, which it is. It's overrated as fuck because I looked into it and the show creator of the original anime is actually working on the show as a consultant. So obviously they're going to like run things past the creator and be like, hey, how do you feel about this? And clearly there's not an issue there. So why not let people actually see this before they freak the hell out? And that, of course, is like where it kind of brings me to today's controversy on Twitter. So today, look, Yanis here says, attention whore. No, she's making fun of people like you. And that's fine. Like, let her, I mean, yeah, Yellow Flash, Clownfish, all put out cringe videos. That's all they can do is put out cringe videos. That's it. I mean, like, who gives a shit? All right. Like, even Rhea here says, the actress looks like Faye. Like, she kind of does. Like, not everything in anime is going to end up being, these adaptations never see a 1-to-1. But here's where it's really funny, and you'll get a kick out of this. I triggered one dude today so much that he actually put this out. He made this video, Cowboy Bebop, Faye Valentine in Action Scenes Part 1. All right. And it says here, look at Faye Valentine doing these physical stunts in that tissue paper outfit. Episodes 3-9, Part 1. Why is this fucking funny? It's fucking funny because this person put together a 5-minute compilation of Faye Valentine in action sequences from a fucking anime. And is trying to pass it off as quote unquote physical stunts. Because it's like I said, on the right, physical stunts like fighting, punching, all that kind of shit, going to be very difficult to do in that kind of costume. And it's also entirely impractical because all anyone has to do is grab that centerpiece and rip them out, and we get to see some sweater puppies. It's not practical for fight scenes. It may work in an anime. I really hate to break it to a lot of you guys here. Anime, it ain't fucking real life. It ain't real life. This shit ain't real. Not one damn bit. But this is, but again, it's like, this is, you know, AG here makes a great point that none of this matters because it's a live action adaptation of an anime and they all suck. Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
that is true.
You know, now Classy here makes a great point, and I like this one here. I don't care for the costume, but I'm more concerned of the show because Death Note adaptation wasn't good, so I'm a little worried. That is absolutely true. The Death Note, I liked the Death Note adaptation, and I've seen the original Death Note, the show, okay? And I've seen like part 1 of the live action Japanese version. So I've seen it. Yeah, but I still thought the movie was like for what Adam Wingard was going for, because they wanted something that wasn't Japanese, because this is for Western audiences. This is a problem with adapting. We see this a lot with, like, back in the early 2000s, The Ring, The Grudge, The Eye, you know, all the other Japanese horror films that they were adapting for American audiences that were all terrible because they were doing the thing that they shouldn't in regards to adapting, which is trying to make them for Western audiences instead of just playing up what made them creepy in Japan. It was a big thing. But when it comes to anime, again, none of you have fucking seen it. You can't determine what it is just yet. So, oh God, H Bart's here says anime fans are weird and pedos. Let's not go that far. Let's not go that far. H Bart's okay.
Well, you've never tried wearing tissue paper before, Matt?
I mean, like, I've wiped my ass with toilet paper that I deem to be tissue paper thin because it's cheap shit.
God, that sucks. I hate that stuff.
So that's really, yeah, I know, me too. Now, I mean, look, I know Jess says that he mentioned it. I don't remember what you said specifically, buddy. So, you know, I'm sorry about that. But the thing is, like, look, H-Bar says it here. The Ring and the Grudge suck, but Ringu and Ju-on are good. That's true. J-Pod here says the Death Note live movie, it wasn't horrible. It's okay-ish. It's a horrible adaptation. Yeah, but it's an adaptation. Adaptations are going to be entirely different. Let's see here. Okay. North Star here says apparently Weebs are totally oblivious to the live action Fist of the North Star. I don't know. Is that a good or a bad one? I don't know. But anyway, so one of the things I put out there today is I wanted to run, I wanted to run an experiment. Hold on here. I want to get this one. Rule of 2 review says, let us not forget about the GOAT. Alita Battle Angel nailed it so hard. I mean, there's differences from the manga to the movie, completely massive differences. But I think, like, in essence, it was picked up. You know what I mean? Like, what they were going for worked out pretty well. But no, and I agree with you. It was a great film, but it definitely was different than the manga. So we're going to have to wait to see, hopefully, if we get an Alita 2. But that's my point. If it's different, but it's still able to kind of, you know, come on in and capture the tone, then is it that bad? No, of course not. But people who are upset are generally upset because they want to be upset. So, Kira here says, what was that ScarJo film, Ghost in the Shell? Ghost in the Shell, like, I thought was okay. I thought the movie was okay. I don't have a strong connection to the anime. Like, I own the 4K of it that came out last year, but I don't have a strong connection to it. I thought the ScarJo film was pretty good. Her casting made sense looking at the why of the movie. But people were, again, trying to cancel it because of everything without ever seeing the movie. And a lot of the people that complained didn't go and see the movie because guess what? It didn't do very good. But that's kind of where we are with this.
I should probably head off. I got to get some fucking sleep. I'm tired as fuck, dude.
All right, man. I'm just going to do this and then I'll probably play out the other thing and then I'll fuck off too. All right, man.
All right, man. You have a good night. Take it easy.
Thank you very much.
Good night to everyone in chat too. Have a good one. See ya.
Bye. See ya. All right. I know I was trying to go for the 90-minute mark here, but that didn't happen. We got talking about a lot of stuff here. So I put the call out today to ask people to kind of give me shit, right? To sell me on something. I asked people to call into the voicemail line and to leave their thoughts about why I'm wrong about Faye. So this is essentially we'll play a couple of these here. I don't know the quality of them. You might be able to hear some. You might not be able to hear any. Let's hope this actually works out. So this is the first one that's coming in.
Show me a good Netflix adaptation, and I will show you a show that will succeed.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys heard that one. The Witcher is a good Netflix adaptation. and a show that succeeded. So there we go on that. All right. So then this is the other one here.
Hey, Matt, this is Mitch Bonney from months ago. This is my first time using your voicemail line, and yeah, sorry if it's like, sorry if I'm not used to this, like, you know, it's your voicemail, but anyways, getting to what I was going to say, like, honestly, I agree with you mostly on the whole Cowboy Bebop, Faye Valentine costume nonsense. Like, to be honest, like, what did people expect? Like, it's Netflix, live action, like, you know, not many. How often do you see Netflix, live action, and Western media try to accurately replicate something for like an anime or whatever? Like, not many Western American productions of adaptations of things don't really capture that same feel of the original anime's intent or the design, I guess. Because look at, you know, Dragon Ball Evolution, that flopped because it didn't look like DBZ at all, or all that, you know. But as for like the costume itself, like, it did like a good job of at least replicating what the actual look was. Like, aside from like the whole, I guess, stockings she wears, like, it's pretty much the same costume at least. But the thing is that I think if she were to like take the jacket off and then like wrap it around like her waist, maybe it might work. Like,
that's a good point.
Maybe it might look like the actual, you know, costume, I guess, but that's just me, you know. Anyways, sorry if I'm kind of like spacing out a bit because it's kind of weird just talking.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Mitch. So yeah, he makes a good point here. What if there is underneath this right here, she takes off the jacket and it's got just a tank top, right? I mean, like, what if that's what they've got? Is she takes off the jacket and it's not the red sweater, but it's kind of close in that regard? I mean, is that going to be that big of a deal? Is that going to be that bad? No, of course not. Of course not. Like, it's not a bad thing at all. You know, McLeod, here's 5 posts. Thank you, man. Drugs are bad, MK, and if you do them, you're bad, MK. Nah, sometimes some people have a hard time. They have a hard time with that stuff. All right, they do. I get that. I totally understand the idea of calling in on this kind of thing. So, all right, let's get to this next one here. This is the one that I'm going to laugh at the most because I think I know who this is, but it's a bit spicy. It's a bit on the spicier side, so I wanted to hold this one to last. I think it's an old person who called into the show. So let's see what they're saying here.
Matthew, it's Gahul. Listen, buddy, I know you blocked me today on the Twitter.com. I just want to let you and all your viewers know your takes on anime are dog shit. Your takes on The Rock are dog shit. You love cops because you want to get stomped on by a boot-licking motherfucker like you are. And at the end of the day, Matthew, at the end of the day, the reason you hate The Rock is the same reason you hate anime. You see something pure and righteous and good and not tainted by the filth of cape shit and Disney faggotry. You see this shit. You see The Rock living the best life he has ever lived, living a real man's life while you raise 2 people's daughters who aren't even your own, while you dread the fact that you raped a woman when you were a child in the back of a church at knife point. The Rock has never done that. Anime has never done that, Jarbo. You have done that. And when all is said and done, I have never done that. And I'm glad you blocked me, Jarbo. Do you want to know why? Because now I can finally rid myself of the filth that is your takes, your horrible, awful takes on movies that no one respects or takes seriously, just like no one ever respected or took you seriously when you were in the industry, because you're a fucking joke, just like just like your fucking father before you, and your daughters will be after you. I pray to God for the sake of your children, and I wish you nothing but the worst, Jarbo. Goodbye.
Like I said, spicy. So here's the thing with this. This is why, yeah, Davey's right. This guy's a fucking screwball. He is. Absolutely is. I muted this guy on Twitter because he would just keep sending me direct messages of like videos of stuff without ever saying anything else. Like, we're talking 4 or 5 times a day. And then he got a new account because his old account got yeeted. And then he started, like, he followed me again, so I muted him. And then he would just keep, like, he would quote tweet me, like, all the time. He just quote tweets me constantly, you know? And so I thought this was, so I finally blocked him so he can't do it. I think it's pretty funny. And then he sends this absolutely unhinged rant, you know, which is really funny. Because, I mean, the guy, you know, I mean, like, look, we all have our problems on the internet, all right? You know, we all have our issues and shit. That is very true. You know what? We can't all be Gahul here, all right? Guy sits there, you know, with his anime statue next to his desk, proudly draping it in merchandise owned, you know, sold by The Rock. You know, staring off into the abyss of loneliness. Well, hoping to God somebody pays attention to him and maybe one day actually engages with him on an actual normal conversation. But it said this guy likes to A-log people because he's just there. No, Lord's like, he definitely likes PPP. He definitely likes PPP. So yeah, I mean, look, let's just be fair. Gahul is like the next Christian Chandler. Okay. So there we go on that one. That's all the subjects I've got for tonight. Again, it's kind of been an all over thing, a very crazy all over conversation. And that's kind of the way that I like it. That's the way I like to do things here. And all right, let me just double check my stuff here. We're good. So why don't we, tap out or get ready to tap out here with, you know, I guess we're going to end it with some old, Warhammer 40K. This guy's as close to The Rock as Kermit is to Zeus. Yeah, pretty much, man. Well, let's check out this. Let me stop the screen on this one here. And oh wait, hold on. We got another voicemail, but nothing's there. I think someone was like either watching porn or like whatever. I don't know, man. That's, you get some weird ones when you put the voicemail line out there. You get some weird conversations. People send you weird shit. It's kind of funny. All right, let us dive into the world once more of the. This is a Lord Inquisitor prologue. This is, I guess, our daily dose of 40K, and probably the last time I'll do something this long. I don't like to do, this is a 9-minute 41 second. I'm not a big fan of these being this long. I'm just not, but we'll do it. And then we'll tap out the week on this one, and then see where things take us in the future. So let's see where this thing goes. This is a fan film? Fuck.
Inquisitor, we are ready to proceed.
Time to start our own little procession then. Let's pay our dear friend a visit.
Damn. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I've said multiple times should probably be adapted for, like, a feature film, like, you know? I get like a very like 90s Michael Bay feel out of this for some reason. It probably makes sense to not have a lot of vocals, a lot of dialogue, because it's hard to like match it up entirely.
You You're missing a glorious parade, Anchorite.
Marcus, are we not done here? Surely the arbiters can deal with this mess.
You would hand the spoils of our hunt to the arbitrators.
We have what we came for. Sentence him and be done with it.
Kaiva, what say you?
Your choice, Inquisitor.
Please, Inquisitor, I swear I have told you all that I know. Please.
A trifle late for begging, wouldn't you think?
Name your price. Name it.
Seeking to bribe an agent of the Golden Throne? Shall I add sedition to your list of crimes? In the name of His Holy Majesty, the God Emperor of Man, I thrice judge thee excommunicate traitoris. By actions, by associations, and by beliefs. Your sentence is... death. Oh, if you have any last words, you may speak them now. We will ensure they're entered into the Ordo's archives.
Mercy, Inquisitor, grant me mercy.
Mercy, Anchorite. I don't even know what mercy is anymore. Shh. It's all right. How old are you, Anchorite?
What?
Your age. How many rejuvenate treatments have prolonged your unworthy existence? How many years have you spent polluting our throne world with your blasphemous breath? 3 centuries? 4? A rhetorical question, my friend, to illustrate the point. This sentence is long overdue!
Wow. That was good. Definitely professional, definitely high quality. Holy shit. I can only hope that we end up getting to see more of those kind of things. So cool. Thank you very much for that one, Command Unit. That was a fun watch there. I see you guys are talking about ordering from IHOP in the chat here. So that's good. Sadly, all the IHOPs around here are closed, but now I'm kind of hungry, you bastards. So thank you. Thank you very much for all that. Anyway, tonight was kind of I will fully admit, that's kind of like a weird evening, to be honest with you, but it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate everyone coming on by tonight. I am definitely going to take the weekend off. I'll be back on Monday night to cover whatever happened over the course of the weekend. Definitely don't want to have a repeat of last weekend where it was just like 8-day streams in a row. But I appreciate everyone coming on in. We'll talk again on Monday night. Thank you all. Just as a thing, there we go. If you guys want to learn about the history of Super Mario Brothers, let me just put this in the chat. There is the link for the youtube.com /audio commentary. Great place to check that out. And that will be up probably just a little bit. And you guys can go leave that a listen if you want. If not, I'll see you all later. Have yourself a great weekend. Go watch a movie, chill out, play some games, do something fun. Talk to you guys later.